Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce Cinematics video session 25. So we will actually further extend of whatever we had covered in the previous session. So basically in today's session, we will again play around with the CSV file which we uploaded. Now here I will take one more augment node, okay? And let me write it as now in the left source, let me take as account file, okay? The left key will be account ID relationship. It will be op. Let me name a short form op over here so that we know what are the fields we are pulling from opportunity. And the right source will be for the opportunity file. And the right key will be again account ID here. And let's say I select some of the fields, that is op name as of now, op name, op amount, or let's select all the field op close ID, op ID can take, that's fine, and op location, okay. And let me click on create, fine. So here I had augment. I will just change the name of this. If I create a new register node, so here let me write as ACC off file. Source node will be augment account file off file. Okay. Let me click on create. And in this augment node, as I told you, when it's one to many relationship, you go for lookup multiple values. And now let's see how this file is going to look like. Okay. So I have this account file with me. Fine. In the meanwhile, let me save and let me update, as well as let me run this data flow, which is fine. And till it runs, let's come back to this CSV file. So here I showed you, right, how when we take the left as opportunity, what are the things which are going to come from my account. Okay, that's what I showed you. Now let us understand what is going to come from my op in the account file. Okay, so let's say right over here opportunity. Okay, or let me do one thing, let me copy this part and let me paste it here, and here let me write, oh sorry, here let me write opportunity. Okay, now if you see here for this one, right, A1. Okay, for A1 I will be having, so how many A were there? We have A1 over here, we have A1 over here, right? If you notice it, that means my op1 and op6 are going to come up, okay, for this A1. So for this A1, what I'm going to do, I will just insert one more, and here I will write op1. For now, I will just mention the ID, okay, and op2, because as you can see, I have account ID A1 here as well as A1 here. That means my op6, or let me write the op name. That's fine. Let me write op ID only, op6. Okay. Then for A2, if you see here, I again have two, that is op3 and op7. Okay. So I will come back over here and I will write here op3, and also I will write op7. Okay. Because for A2 we have, I mean, in the off file, we have two account IDs with A2. Then A3, I only have op2, isn't it? So let me come over here and let me write here op2. Okay. Then for A4, I have op4. Okay. So let me come over here and write op4 for A4. Then for A5, I don't have anything for A5, right? Then for A7, also I don't have anything. Okay, so that's it, right? Now here, although the basically the total records will be this one, okay, that is 6. However, from the opportunity, what I'm going to get is I will get op1 as well as op2. When I filter out for A1, for A2 I should get op3, op7, for A3 op2, A4, op A3 up to A4 of 4, and I won't get anything for A5 and A7, which because it doesn't have any opportunity, as we saw right now. Okay, now let us definitely compare this on our dataset level. So let's just check if it ran successfully or not. It's showing us warning. What is the warning here? The data flow was completed, but it multi-augment operation on date field can give unexpected result. Was separate lookup. That's fine. Actually, whenever we take date field, usually such kind of warning comes up, which is completely fine. So usually when they take a date field, they recommend a lookup single value or to a separate lookup single value augment mode. But at the end of the day, that's completely fine. Unexpected, that's fine. I think it won't have much issue. We can skip that part, the date part. And now let us open this file. Now, once I open this, okay, see, there are total 6, right? Which I already mentioned because we have 6, because the left is account. So all the records are going to come up. I hope you remember that diagram, okay, which I used in one of the session. Now, basically here, if you see, if I put, let me take op ID because we are dealing with op ID. Now here, before that, let me take account name. That is the account ID, okay? Okay, as you see here for A1, I have op1 and op6, right? And that's what I showed you over here. For A1, I have op1 and op. Why I've written op2? It should be op6 actually. I'm sorry, by mistake I've written this op2, but actually it was op6. Okay, sorry for that error. Now for A2, I have op3, op7, and that's what you see over here for A3, op1 and op7. Okay, and for A3, I have op2, A4, op4, right? So A3 op2, A4 op4, and that's what is coming. And for the other two, because it doesn't have any opportunity, that's why it's not getting displayed over here. I mean, for this one, let's see if I move to values table, right? You see A1, I have these things, and for A5 and A7, it's actually showing me as blank. Okay, so that's the thing. However, in chart mode, you will actually get to see everything over here. Okay, here in table mode, it's not showing this one, that is op1 and op6. Okay, uh, mm, okay, cool. So let's jump back to our chart mode. So in the chart mode, as you can see, it's getting displayed the way we have done. Okay, so that's the whole purpose of this augment node. Fine. And definitely, again, if I revert back to lookup single value, it will randomly pick up any values. Okay, so we will quickly just check that as well. So let's say over here, what I will do is, let me remove the op closed date so that it runs successfully without showing warning. And let's say I go for lookup single value as of now. Let me click on save. Let me click on update. And let me run it. We will monitor this. Okay. So as we have seen, this lookup, VLOOKUP part is something which is very relatively easy. However, it is a little bit conceptual based, and I hope by all my videos, I have conveyed this meaning practically to you. So you can also upload this kind of Excel file. Okay. And before you upload it, just do some practice on your own the way I have done. Okay. Just see what are the values which should come up in that particular chart mode. Fine. So let's see if it ran successfully. It ran successfully, and now let me just refresh this. It's fine. I will not save it as a lens. I will again just put those stuffs. So let me give the account ID and let me put the op ID. Okay. So as you see, randomly took up op1 and op3 from here. Okay. Randomly, it could have taken op6 or op7 as well. That's fine. So that's the thing about lookup single value. So the relationship is very necessary. And when you're going for lookup multiple value, you have to ensure you bring those stuffs. Okay. Now, let me again change this back to this one, that is lookup multiple values. Let's jump back over here. So this ran successfully, and now again, if I just refresh and bring the ID and op ID, it's coming up. Okay. So in the lookup part, what is very essential is you actually visualize that. Fine. So in one of my videos, I have explained you this augment diagram. So from left account for right opportunity, how this particular things comes up, especially if it's a one to many, then definitely you should perform this. Okay. So this one for lookup single, it will look up a single record. When we go for lookup multiple, it will bring up the multiple records. Fine. And that's how it's being shown up. And this one also, if you convert to let's say compare table, because in it will actually show you up in the compare table as well. Okay. That particular table which we created. Fine. Um, Definitely because you don't have a op ID, that's why it's not showing up. But this is the way it pops up. Fine. Let's see if I remove this. It's showing you all the account ID, but if you go for this op ID, it will only show you those records which are having the op ID, and the other accounts are also there which are not reflected since it doesn't have the op ID. Okay. And if you go to values table, this is how it's come up, like it's picking up the single value because here it will only show you 7 records, right? So that's how it's being done over here. So the best way to check is you can check it on the compare table. Okay. So yeah, created some relatively simpler file, and that basically covers our whole section of the augment node, a very important node in data flow. I took a lot of session where I walked through proper example of account opportunity and I walked through some CSV file, and this way you can apply in other relation of, I mean, in other objects of Salesforce as well, like, account, contact, fine, then account led. Okay. In all this, you can apply the same condition. The relationship is something which you have to keep in mind, whether it's a one-to-one, whether it's a one-to-many, and what exactly the client wants, how many records the client wants from the child side. Okay. All these things have to be taken into consideration. And yeah, after that, you can just play around with this. So that's it about this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and let me know if there are any further topics you want me to cover. See you very soon in the next video. Thank you.